So, you dropped out of high school and you're currently seeking your high school diploma, and that's great. But you're struggling with one or more of the core subjects covered on the high school equivalency exam, and in particular, science. So if this is you, then stay tuned. On this video, I'm about to show you the kinds of questions to expect on the science section of the high school equivalency exam and how to get the foundational knowledge you'll need to answer them. Hey guys, what's up? It's Wilfredo here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm a knowledge entrepreneur bringing perspective, passion, and a social impact to the underserved student. And for those who are not familiar with me, I help convert high school dropouts into accredited high school graduates and provide them with a roadmap to transform them into successful entrepreneurs. I want to take this opportunity to personally thank you guys for supporting our first video on this 4-part video series. The excitement around the arrival of the new Will Do Academy has been incredibly successful. So if you haven't seen it yet, I suggest you check it out here first before you watch this video, or you can check it out in the description down below. I provide a ton of value there. So in the first video, I talk about the importance of education being the first necessary step to living an abundant life, and how my course Will Do Academy can help you achieve success through critical thinking skills that focuses on test-taking strategies that'll help you prepare for the HiSET test, the TASK test, or the GED exam, and how I shared with you an example of the latest test-taking strategies you'll learn at Will Do Academy as it pertains to the social studies section of the high school equivalency exam, and how I can help guide you through the process of your new journey from my own experience going from high school dropout to successful entrepreneur. Now let's talk a little bit about why you should really invest in your education. Now, the cost of education may seem like a huge barrier, but it may not be as bad as you think. Here's how to invest in your education without going broke. So you're going to take inventory of yourself and find out where you're spending your money. So, is it in excessive clothing, jewelry, the latest iPhone, the latest Jordans? Are you eating out on a regular? You know, we all enjoy these things, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying your life and spending some of your money on entertainment and fun items. However, it's important to keep in mind that the money you spend today can either make you happy today or it can make your life better in the future. So by buying a new jacket when you already have plenty of clothes will probably make you happy in the short term. So is there a different way that you can budget your money to put yourself in a happier and better position for the future? So spending money on education isn't fun for most people, I get it, but it pays off big. A high school dropout will earn $200,000 less than a high school grad over their lifetime, and almost $1 million less than a college grad. Unfortunately, you'll be much more likely to live below poverty level if you never got your high school diploma or its equivalent. Listen, I'm here to help anyone who's up for the challenge to get in their high school diploma and to achieving clear results in test-taking strategies for the HiSET test, the TASK test, or the GED exam. So be sure to watch this video to the end because I'm about to share with you test-taking strategies to master the science section of the high school equivalency exam. And if you want the full version of that video, just head over to WilfredoReyes.com or click the link below to download it for free. Now, without further ado, here's an example of the latest test-taking strategies you'll learn at Will Do Academy as it pertains to the science section of the high school equivalency exam.
GED science exam covers 3 main areas of knowledge: life science, physical science, and earth and space science. Now, if this were a textbook, we'd call these different sciences biology, chemistry and physics, and environmental science and astronomy. But that's not our approach here. So instead, we're going to define them like this. Life science is all about how living things grow and exist. Physical science covers what things are made of and how they affect each other. And earth and space science mainly covers nature, the weather, and interesting things out in space and the universe. Now, one thing about the GEDs is that you don't have to know the ins and outs of all these things to take the science test. Most of the questions have all the information you need right in the reading. And by the way, you don't have to complete the first question before moving on to the second. If at any time a question gets you stuck, just move on to the next one and come back to it later. Those questions will be easy to spot since they'll be the ones that don't have a dot where you filled in the answer. But what are those questions like? Well, let's jump into that right now by taking a look at a type of question that you'll come across many times during the GED science test. That would be a question that includes a chart, like the one you see right here. Now, at first glance, this all might seem a little overwhelming, But don't worry, we're going to show you how to cut it down to size. The first step to making that happen is to begin by doing something very important, and that is move the question to the top. Now, why should you do that? Well, think of it as a little detective story. The question tells you what you're looking for, and then all you have to do is find it. It makes you much more focused, and that helps you to save time and eliminate unnecessary effort. So the first new tool you have to use is start with the question. So, now that we know where to start, let's look at that question. Here's what it asks. Which answer best describes how sound travels as water depth increases in the ocean? Your choices are A. Sound speed increases consistently as depth increases. B. Sound speed decreases consistently as depth increases. C. Sound speed increases slightly, then decreases, then increases again. D. Sound speed increases as salinity increases. And E. Sound speed increases as sound volume increases. Sounds pretty complicated, right? Well, let's see if it really is. First, see if you can turn these words into pictures in your mind. How can you do that? Well, in the question, there are actually some very clear pictures. We have sound traveling as the water gets deeper and deeper. Why is the second arrow going down, you ask? Well, because that is the depth that's increasing. Now, take those two arrows and look at the chart. It shows the same thing. The sound is traveling faster and faster at the top of the chart, while the side of the chart shows the water getting deeper and deeper. And this is the thing to remember about charts. They're like steps. To get where you're going, you go across, either left or right, and then you go either up or down. And you keep doing that in the same direction until you reach where you're going. So let's go back to our question now. We now know it's asking us how fast does sound travel as the water gets deeper. Our choices are it increases consistently or gets faster as depth increases or gets deeper. That looks like this. But that doesn't look like the shape of the line on the chart. Choice B says sound speed decreases or gets slower as depth increases. Well, seeing that our chart runs from slower speeds to faster speeds across the top, you can figure out that if sound got slower as depth increased, the top arrow would point the other way, and we'd get this. Does that look like the line on the chart? Nope. Choice C says sound speed increases slightly, or speeds up first, then it decreases or slows down, and then it increases again as the water gets deeper. Well, that looks like this. The steps go forward a bit, then backward, then forward again, all while going down. Take a look at the chart. Those are exactly the directions which it's taking too. Forward and backward, then forward again, all while going down. Well, there you go. You've got the answer already, and you didn't even have to read the paragraph. You already know A and B are incorrect, and C sure seems to be right. Now, if you want, you can check the other answers. You've seen now that the sound doesn't only increase, so that eliminates D, and E too. Congratulations! You're done with this question, and you did it just by knowing how to read a graph.
Hey, if you guys got value out of that video, can you show me by giving me a big thumbs up? I would really appreciate it, and it would help my channel tremendously. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and share this video with your friends and family as well as on social media. And make sure you stay tuned so that you don't miss the next video on this 4-part video series, as I'll be sharing with you the latest test-taking strategies you'll learn at Will Do Academy as it pertains to the language arts reading and writing section of the high school equivalency exams. So if the next video is already out, you should see it somewhere around here. If not, stay tuned. I promise you, you're going to get a ton of value out of it. And remember to head over to wilfredoreyes.com or click the link below to learn more on how you can achieve success the Will Do way. So I'm going to leave you with this note. Are you willing to do what other people won't so that you can live like other people can't? If so, I can help you with that. And as usual, tell me what you want. I can tell you how to get it. Just put your comments down below and I'll be sure to hit you up.